welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Indianapolis Colts and our home team. Colts sideline, a look at their head coach. He's hoping his guys get a little something here late in the year. Just 3 wins on the ledger so far. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His team set to go on Christmas Eve.
Cam Little to kick
Mike
off.
Tirico and Greg Olsen with you. That's Cam Little set to start this. Off we go from South America. The Colts offense going to take the field here for the first time. They're led out by the son of the Hall of Famer. Out of Colorado, Deion's son, Shedeur Sanders.
The biggest takeaway coming off last week's loss is he just needs to make a bigger impact overall. He certainly wasn't bad. I mean, no interceptions, protected the ball. But he needs to do more. He needs to kind of let it loose and take some more shots downfield and maybe throw into some tighter windows. For his team to win, this offense needs to be better, and at the front of that is the...
Oh, right at the outset, he lost the football. The defense has it.
That's just got to be a really deflating way to start this game, Mike. I mean, you work on this opening script all week long with the expectation that you're going to start fast, and then you come out early, careless with the ball, they knock it loose and create the early takeaway.
This crowd ready in anticipation, their offense taking the field for the first time. They're led by the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2023. From Ohio State, it's C.J. Stroud.
One thing about this guy that's pretty clear, Mike, is there's not a whole lot that rattles him. He does a good job staying even-keeled. You don't know if he just threw a pick or if he just led his team to a touchdown drive, and that was kind of the case last week. He didn't let it snowball into a bunch of back-breaking mistakes. He just shook it off and kept playing. Now, can he keep that mentality as the rest of the year unfolds? And if he does, he's going to give his team a chance every single week.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 6.
This is 3rd and 6. From the gun, here's Stroud. Over the middle and take it in. He's got it. And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got 1st and goal coming up.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Here's Chubb. And he'll lose yardage here. The defense standing strong in the red zone. They drop him back at the 10.
2nd and goal.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits. What do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal?
And this is not going to work out as planned. Tough spot to try to run a play like that. It is blown up behind the
It's a
line.
loss of 4. Brings up 3rd
Last
and
2
goal.
plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. And that is incomplete.
Little miscommunication there. Now brings up 3rd down. It just doesn't appear that the quarterback and the wide receiver were on the same page on that last pass. So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback. Here's Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense heading back for their next possession. As we give you a look at the league's leaders in receiving touchdowns, you can see he's second best among NFL running backs at this point in the year. Right side, that is hauled in by Warren. And he is out of bounds at the 45.
Gain of 10 yards. That's good for the Colts. First down. First and 10.
Throwing now, Sanders on first down. He is hit before he can get rid of it. And down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. From the gun, it's Shador. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
Solid rep there for this corner, Mike. I mean, to stay disciplined with his technique throughout the entire play. So often we see when the ball's put in the air, the defender can panic and they either get a pass interference or they misplay the ball. This time he times it perfectly and forces the incompletion.
And that ball intercepted. Asante Samuel Jr., just like his daddy did.
You know, Mike, drastically different things waiting for these two squads on the sideline as they run off. I mean, we can hear the defensive sideline celebrating all the way up here. I mean, back-to-back drives, they come away with the takeaway. Now, on the offensive sideline, there's no celebration awaiting. It's coaches looking to gather their guys together and say, look, we've got to have ball security. If we don't protect the football, we have no chance.
Second and 10. Take this down inside the 35. It's a gain of 10 yards. That's enough for a first down.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Throwing from the pistol, Stroud. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down. They'll turn and hand this one off. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Drops for the loss of a yard.
Just a little too much east and west there for my liking. I understand what they're trying to do, getting the ball out on the perimeter, but on these early downs, plant your foot and get downhill. Great job by the defense stringing it out, and they're able to force him down for a loss.
And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So the lead stands at 6-0 as this one is kicked off. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. Here's the Indianapolis offense. Now as they get set to take over once more, they'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with first and 10.
On the jump.
the gun. It's Sanders. He's got a receiver. That's Michael Pittman. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick first down.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
That's complete to the rookie from Clemson. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Colts. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His first NFL touchdown. What a job to finish the play with a touchdown. The catch and carry, and the carry part, Greg, that was the most impressive there.
Well, you said it, Mike. The catch was nice, but it's what can you do after the catch that really separates guys in this league. And in this case, he did plenty because it ended up in a touchdown.
Groupie able to add the extra point. And the Colts move out in front by a point. It's 7-6. After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. The dangerous Mecole Hardman on the return. He's to midfield. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there.
Oh, so close. I mean, those are tough. You go that far, and it doesn't result in a touchdown. But give that kicking team a little bit of credit now. They never gave up on the play, but what a return it was inside the 10-yard line. That was sensational.
And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So we'll get a second and goal when we return. A one-point affair, 7-6 is the score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. From the 1, second and goal. Shove.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
He'll run with Cup. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Nick Chubb. Touchdown, Condor. Touchdown number 15 for him on the season. Extra point by Little is good. And the Condors are in the lead by the score of 13-7.
Colts 7.
Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchdown. The Colts offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll begin with 1st and 10.
Ready, set.
First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. Ooh, well, now you see him, now you don't. Good juke move there, and a gain of 6.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Sanders. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game. Just one more thing for the defense to have to defend. Make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone. Defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing it. Tried to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go, because with them running horizontal before the snap, Mike, it's very hard for these receivers to cut and get vertical.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
It's a gain of
18 yards on the pickup there. First down, Indianapolis.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Now a toss, running left, it's Taylor. And that play going nowhere. The defense all over that one. They'll bring him down for a big loss.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
From the shotgun, it's Sanders. A throw out wide. That is dropped. That could be a live football. And it will be another turnover as this defense does it again.
That was a great play by the defense, Mike. He got a little sloppy with ball security as he leaves the pocket. They're able to knock it loose and put an end to this drive.
The Condors offense and their star running back, Nick Chubb, set to take over once more. From the 39, here's a first and 10. On the ground, it's Chubb to start this drive. He'll try to push forward. He'll wind up getting 3 yards with that one. Jalen Carlisle is there on the stop.
Brings up second and 7.
From the 42-yard line, here's second down and 7. Once again, it's Chubb. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up third down.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Brings up third and
2 minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I continue in just a moment. It's third and 4. Here we go. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. He's got his tight end. It's Ingram. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
It's a gain of 21 yards.
They'll come up here first and 10.
First down.
Back to throw. Stroud. That is incomplete.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
They'll try again here. Second and 10. Now give on the ground. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. 17 yards on that play. And that will be a first down. On the move left. He runs with it. And he's able to take this for good yardage before sliding and hitting the deck to end the play. Second and inches.
It's second and inches at the 8-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground with Chubb. And he'll fight forward. Doesn't get a hold up, but he got what he needed. It is first and goal coming up. Timeout, Indianapolis. That is their second. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this second quarter. Ball sitting at the 7. First and goal.
Here we go. 118.
Here's a run. The Colts will signal for their third and final timeout. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half.
Second and goal at the Colts 8-yard line.
It's back at the 8 now for second and goal.
Hey, uno. Tony.
Now, Stroud. That is caught, and he's in. Nicole Hardman. Touchdown, Buenos Aires. Extra point by Little is good. And the Condors add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Scott now on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Colts offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. We'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with first and 10. From the gun, it's Sanders. He's going to tuck it and go.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half.
Nowhere to go. He is taken down. That is Max Crosby. In for the sack. He registers number 14 on the year. A nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. Now a first and 10 from the 38-yard line. Stroud going to set up to throw, and he gets back to Hardman. So, halftime straight ahead as we go up to Scott Hanson with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hanson and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you very much. We welcome you back on EA Sports for quarter number 3. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
They'll go 3 tight ends here on first and 10.
Oh, hey.
They'll start on the ground with Chubb. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
Buenos Aires, first down. First and 10 at the 43.
Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. Exiting the pocket right. Oh, trying to make a play out of the pocket. Couldn't do it. It's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Bynum.
So we saw in the first half, Mike, they were willing to take some risks. It allowed them to build this halftime lead. Now the opposing sideline, they're looking to fight back. They're looking to cut that lead down. That's what that coverage seemed. It looked like they baited that quarterback to force that errant throw and lead to that turnover. Now it's their...
And he will get into the end zone. Tyler Warren. Touchdown, Indianapolis. What a catch and run by the tight end as he takes it into the end zone and finishes the play. Greg, you know what that's like. Tight end touchdown.
Mike, so often the tight ends are considered to be the possession guys, right? They're the guy you throw it to when you need an easy catch, you need a reliable target. But not this guy. He is a downfield weapon, and he just showed you right there what he's capable of.
On comes Blake Grupe for the PAT. He's got it. And the Colts are back within 6.
The score, Condors 20, Colts 14.
After the touchdown, it's Grupe to kick this one away. Hardman now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Condors offense ready to see what they can do. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. They'll run the draw with Chubb. And tough running there. He's up to the 32. Justin Wally there to bring him down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
Here we go. Swap. Another swap.
On the handoff, this is Chubb. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a 1st down on that gain of 5.
That's good.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
And he's going to be out of bounds at the 41.
It's a gain of 20.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10.
Buenos Aires. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
A run up the middle with Chubb. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line. Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
They're running straight ahead with Chubb. He'll get him behind his blockers, get forward for a pickup of 3. Veteran Trey Hendrickson there on the stop.
It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 20, here's 2nd down and 6.
How is that? Hot. 18. What's that?
From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. It'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes 3rd down.
In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on 1st and 2nd down. The last thing you want is to be in 3rd and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are. So now you get down here in the red zone, it's got to be touchdowns. These long, sustained drives on the ground, you kick a field goal, that's a win for the defense.
Goal at the 7-yard line.
Nice run right there. You get down here into the red zone area, Mike, and yards are hard to come by. He's able to stick his head in there and sets him up for 1st and goal.
Now it is 1st and goal.
On the quick, right?
Chubb takes his hand up, running left to the 5-yard line.
Tackle made at the 5-yard line. A pickup of 2. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Here now, 2nd down and goal.
How is that?
One more time, it's Chubb. Good blocking, and he's in. Nick Chubb, touchdown Condor. 2 touchdowns for him in the game, and 60 on the year. To throw, it's Stroud. That is caught in the end zone. 2 points for the moment. We do have a flag down. Let's see if this will hold up. Here's Cam Little for the PAT. Backed up because of the penalty, but no matter. The extra point is good.
The score, Condors 27, Colts 14. Cam Little to kick off.
Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Scott now on the return. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The Colts offense about ready to take over once more. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down.
Ready, break.
Now, Sanders. To the left side and taken in by down. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
From the 6.
So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33.
Come on. 6. 79.
We're off to the 4th quarter here on Christmas Eve. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. First and 10. Sanders will throw it. This one complete to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Sanders going to throw again, completing this one to Downs. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
3rd and 2.
Ready up. Go. Pass up.
Again, it's Sanders. That's down the field and intercepted. Picked off. That's Samuel Womack.
Sanders pass intercepted. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
He finds a seam, a good run, up past the 40. Let's give him 9 on that one. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches.
Here we go.
Here's a handoff to Chubb. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
That's good for a Buenos Aires 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Now Chubb. And he'll get of scrimmage, that's about all. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. Handoff here, up the middle, and that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
Open man, right side, he's got it. Even with the lead, they're trying to press the tempo.
And the Buenos Aires first down.
Stroud to throw here on first down. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. The offense in hurry-up mode, pushing the pace.
Brings up 2nd and 17 at the 49-yard line.
Wait. Play.
Now a give up the middle, and he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Here we go. Hey, Sal. Play.
Try and run the option left, and he'll give it up on the pitch.
Another carry for the running back.
Cam Little for this field goal attempt.
For the field
They'll
goal.
put this one down at midfield. Here comes a 60-yard attempt, and that is no good. He missed it, and their lead will stay right where it is.
You have to give him credit, Mike. I mean, that shows a lot of faith in your kicker because that is an ambitious effort from that distance.
On first down, it's Sanders. In trouble, and down he goes. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
7 yards.
To throw is Sanders. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
17.
Let's go. Fix the Eagles.
Here's Sanders to throw. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a set.
A loss of 6 yards. Another 3.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the 4th. But they will turn it over on down.
Play is a turnover on downs.
The Condors offense starting to trot out for this next possession. You see how the turnover differential has worked in their favor this year. They try to get another possession now and build on this lead. Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10.
Here we go. 118. What's that?
Here's Chubb. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Line of scrimmage.
Now the Colts will use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play.
118. What's that?
From the gun, here's Stroud. Gonna look deep, looking for more. Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. Picked up by Jonas Sanker.
After playing pretty well the first 3 quarters, found themselves nursing a lead. It's a bad time to get the turnover bug here, Mike. I mean, that's twice now in the 4th quarter. They've turned the ball over, and instead of being in prime position to close this game out, they're fighting for their lives.
That's going to be incomplete. They cannot hook up there. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning. They'll drop to throw. They'll look to set up the screen here. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd and 1, it's Sanders. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. They're going on fourth down. Sanders. And for a third time today, he's intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead. On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. To the right side here, pass is caught. Timeout, Indianapolis. That is their second. And it comes with 1:15 left to go in the second half. Second and 5. Stroud to throw. There's a short one taken by Ingram. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. The Colts will signal for their third and final timeout. 70 seconds left to go in this game. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down. Up the middle they go. And some good blocking at the point of attack. A pickup of 7, and it brings up third down. Looks like we have an injured Colt on that play. One final chance for this defense. And here's third down. This will not do the trick. They've stopped it behind the line. Fourth down coming up.
Well, what looked like an advantage for the offense, Mike, facing second and short now, has turned into a win for the defense. Back-to-back stops for a loss, and it brings up fourth down.
Cam Little for this field goal attempt. This about as short as you can get. And now when you look at this, it's a fake. And that is going to be an absolute disaster. They wanted the holder to throw it. He couldn't get away. Now they're going to turn it over on downs. Throwing now, Sanders on first down. That's going to be incomplete, so no help there. And we're likely down to a final snap.
It leads to second and 10.
On second down, Sanders again working deep downfield. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete, and that will do it. This one comes to an end. So the fans gonna head home happy. It's a win for the hometown squad. And it is a season sweep for them. They defeat their division rivals for the second time this year. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.